Blunt Thoughts podcast.
Welcome back to Blunt Thoughts, everybody. I'm your host, Isaiah. I'm here with my boy, Nemo.
What's up, y'all?
What's going on, man? How you been?
Good, man. Good.
You been good?
Yeah, man.
So what you been doing since your G League Masters, man?
And I ain't gonna lie, you know me, like I always I'm always the type to, have two jobs. So like after utility master, I've been at the Boys and Girls Club. And then, that wasn't doing nothing, as far as my living situation and stuff.
Yeah.
Without saying too much. But I just picked up a little gig doing Uber, and as I was telling you earlier on my way here, so that's been good. I ain't gonna lie, I like it. So
yeah. So what do you do at the Boys and Girls Club? Like,
at the Boys and Girls Club, all we do is like basically like we supervise kids while we there. So like we try to come up with activities and stuff with them. Stuff like that.
So you just come up with things for kids to do.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. So like, what all do y'all play basketball or?
Yeah, like when we give them free
mainly
time, When we give them free time, I'll be in there. They always want to, Mr. Nemo, can we hoop? Can we play 1v1? So like back when I was growing up, it was one on one. So nowadays they say 1v1. I'm like, what's 1v1?
From video games.
Oh, okay.
From video games, because it says 1 versus 1, but they cut out that S to say 1v1. That's what people would say online.
That's crazy.
That's funny. So that's funny that's a cultural switch, a little bit, like that's changed.
Yeah.
It's cool getting to see that, like, because when you grow up, man, you're the kid, you're the kid when you grow up and everything else, you know what you did. Then you get up there, then you meet kids that, I was their age once, and then they say stuff like that, and you're like, oh shit, it switched up. That's just crazy.
For sure.
Oh, you said Uber, so you like an Uber?
Yeah, man, it's really good. Like I be telling people when passengers as they get in and out the car, like I be telling them, they always ask like, how's the Uber thing? I'm like, man, it's good as long as you consistent with it and you really dedicated to doing it. And what I mean by that, like,
treat it like a job.
Yeah, treat it like a job, but also on top of that, it's like more so like me personally, because I hate being like in the house all day. Like I'm a homebody, but I don't like to not do anything,
Yeah.
So like
you gotta get
Uber,
some sunlight, man.
Exactly. So Uber, it's not only like a job and I'm just making money. You meet new people, stuff like that. And then on top of that, like it help you mentally too. Like you just being on the road and driving while you making money.
Yeah, I imagine like all that, and then on top of it, like you said, all the different people you meet, like that in itself's like probably really cool. And then I can see how that would help you like mentally, because you're getting all that socialization with all these new people. Man, I feel like that helps you culture. I mean, like that helps you get cultured, like meeting all those different people and learning how to interact with them. Yeah, that's not too bad.
No,
Pays good, I'm assuming. Shit.
Yeah, it pay good. Like I said, depending on how consistent you is, like I'll be so bored and I'll be wanting to like I'm an active person, so like I be wanting to do stuff. I don't just want to be like. And plus, because I ain't got the main paying job no more, utility master where we was at, like kind of the Uber. I hate to say it, but like Uber is almost like my main income. Like yes, I work at the Boys and Girls Club, but that's a bi-weekly check. Yeah. So like with the Uber, you get paid every day. Okay. And you can cash out to like 4 to 5 times a day. So like what that means is, okay, so say if
So do you have to register with like Uber?
Yeah.
That? Okay.
Registration is basically like how you would do if you go into the BMV to get your license plate for your car. So you gotta have proof of insurance, ID, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's a fast process. Like background check, yes, they do that on you. But I think when I did it, they got with me back to me like probably like at the end of that day or the next morning when I woke up.
Really?
So it doesn't. Fast. Yeah, it doesn't take that long.
That's crazy. Yo. And you stay in South Bend, don't you?
Yeah, I definitely do.
Okay, yeah. So how far of a drive was that for you to come over here, man?
Man, I ain't gonna lie. Like when I put it in the GPS, I want to say about like a 34 minute drive.
34. Okay, I'm glad it was only 34, man. That's still far, but like I was thinking it was gonna be like 45. And I was like, oh, bro, you want to give you gas money? Like shit, that's good, fucking bad, bro. Like I was like, damn. But no, dude, that's thank you for coming. For real,
no problem,
I appreciate that, man. I haven't seen you since It's fucking Utility Masters, man. That was a shit show too.
Man, that is crazy, man.
That was crazy. So the Ubers. What I kind of jumped on you a little bit. I think I want to ask more questions about the Boys and Girls Club. So you get to so like what all do you do with them? Because I know you said when you get free time you'll play some sports or whatever with them, but
So like to bounce back off that, what I mean by that is like so every year is different. I've been there for, to be honest, I want to say maybe going on 2. I'm not even sure. Maybe I want to say 2. We just gonna say 2.
yeah,
Just a rough estimate.
2 years.
Mhm.
Okay.
So I want to say like what I mean by that is that we work from 1 to 6, but when I get to work at 1,
Yeah.
we're sitting, and we just amongst the rest of the staff that works with us. So
Yeah.
they call it what they call us YP YDs or something like that. Like I don't know, but anywho, YDPs. That's what it is. YDPs. That's what they call
Okay.
us. Yes, that's
What does that-
that's
what
what
does
our
that
title
mean?
is. That I never knew because how
Okay.
I got approached by it was just YDP. I never like
Oh.
asked the detail.
Yeah, you're like,
of it.
okay.
So but all in all, so we'll get there. They said like our job is from 1 to 6, but when we get there, we really just sitting at the table, like just talking amongst each other, all the staff, the rest of the staff that you work with, and then like around like 2:30, we get to see the kids. Like the kids get out of school, the teachers hand them off to the Boys and Girls Club,
Yeah.
and then that's when we start our Boys and Girls Club. So, and what I mean by as far as how the free time goes, like usually like this first week we've been chill with the kids, so like usually we have to do like strive, and strive is like just the activity, to keep their mind going and stuff, and keep them active with school and stuff. Like even though we are Boys and Girls Club, yeah, we also have fun and do stuff with the kids, but we also want to involve the learning, keep the learning in play too. You know what I mean? So
keep their mind active. You want to keep stimulating their mind for
exactly,
sure. They're kids.
exactly.
You gotta have them stimulated for sure. Yeah.
So like to break it down real quick to what we do, we'll get there, we'll sit down for an hour, wait for the kids to come. Cool. We'll let them like run around and stuff while we get all the kids in the gym and stuff, and then after that we are separated by grade. So like each staff got a grade that they with. Sometimes we it's 2 staffs in the group, maybe 3 at the most, depending. But all in all, right now I'm with the 5th and 4th graders, so we got the biggest grade. We got probably like 50 kids, so it's like 3 staff. So all in all,
big group of kids.
yeah. So all in all, like, so we'll get them, let them go to the gym, we'll separate them, take them a snack, let them sit and for snack for a little bit. What I usually do with my group, because they older kids, after they clean it, like I don't care if it was your mess or not.
Yeah, just get it cleaned.
The whole table got to be clean before y'all get to go outside
Yeah.
and play and run that snack off.
I don't mind that. A lot of people will probably say like, group punishment, is kind of crappy. But dude, I was in the military and that happened the whole time and everything else. And you learn to figure it out amongst yourselves. And what I mean is like, if you knew that if one of us would mess up, that all of us would get in trouble.
Yeah.
We made sure that everybody was squared away.
Yeah.
We would go around like, hey, you good? Like everybody would go around to each other. Hey, we all good? All right, everybody, you're okay. And all that, and we all worked it out between ourselves, so we didn't get like that. So I don't think that's a bad way of doing it.
Yeah.
And ultimately, it may not be your mess, but man, we all got to live here.
Exactly.
So I think that's awesome. That's a great way of doing that. I think.
Yeah. Appreciate it. Yeah, so like so just to piggyback off like what you were saying in the Boys and Girls Club, like that's what we do. We just try to do but this first week, since it's the first week of school, we haven't did strive. We ain't pushing on them with strive. So like we just been trying to come up with stuff to do, like either in the indoor, it's an indoor playground inside the building. We got a gym that we use, a theater room that we use, and then we got a front and back playground. So we just try to like, because it's not only just my group, it's other groups. Like we do K through 5th.
Yeah.
So like I got 5th and 4th graders. Somebody else might have 3rd. Other person might have 2nd, 1st, and kindergarten. So we try to rotate the best we can and stuff like that.
Yeah.
To get stuff done.
Okay.
But yeah. That's basically what I've been doing in Uber. Like I do Uber more than I do the Boys and Girls Club.
Yeah.
What I mean by that, like now that we started up with the Boys and Girls Club, I work from 1 to 6. So
time.
I mean 2 to 6. I take that back, 2 to 6.
Because they're in school. Most of them are in school.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
So what I do to prioritize myself, and I know that I treat the Uber like my main job. I get up in the morning.
Yeah.
I get up, trying to get up as
What
early
time
as
you
I
get
can.
up?
Like some days vary, like some because the Uber job is you your own boss. So like
Mm-hmm.
you can go
You choose
you
your
can
own
go and
hours,
come as you
basically.
please. Yeah. Like so right now I was in the middle of Uber when I text you, I was
Yeah.
like, hey man, I'll stop at 3 if I got to, and
Yeah,
then so I can make my way
Yeah.
over here, which I did. So like I can go and come as I please, but sometimes I be so in tune and doing it.
Yeah.
It's like, man, it's hit after hit after hit with them Uber drivers, man. So but
You get some, you get paid. Hey,
so
bro.
yeah, so I
Hey,
just
that's
yeah,
how
go
you get
ahead.
it. That's how you get it, man.
Yeah,
You
for
gotta
real.
you gotta grind. You gotta go out and get it. I mean,
Exactly.
that's a lot of people. Young adults don't have that drive. They don't have that giddy up and that go after. Like, they just don't. They're not
Yeah.
gonna get up early.
Nah, for
You
real, man,
know.
for real. And I be trying to tell the people that I be around too sometimes, because I see how I move. But a lot of people that I know, whether it's friends or female friends or females that I'm actually talking to, they all know how I move. Like if
Mm-hmm.
I say I'm gonna do something, I'm not just saying it just to say it. Like
Yeah.
sometimes it might not happen right then and there, but it's gonna happen because
You say what you mean, and you mean what you
exactly,
say.
exactly,
Yeah, and I'm a big believer of that, man. I
for
say that
sure.
all the time. I say that shit all the time. I talked to my mom the other day. I was like, a lot of people don't live by that anymore.
No, for
But
real, man.
it was something that I think was instilled in me younger. Is when you're gonna say something, say what you mean, and then mean what you
Exactly.
say. If you're gonna say you're gonna do something, you need to follow through with it. Don't just say you're gonna do it just to like have the feel
Yeah,
of it.
yeah, definitely.
Actually follow through. Some stuff, whether it's hard or not, you got to follow through with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to get up and grind for sure. And I get up early.
Yeah, no, man. So like I'll be getting up probably around like I say I get up probably around on my good days probably around 9-10,
Yeah,
and I'll be up. I freshen up, do what I gotta do in the morning, throw some clothes on, and then I hit the road. I'll be going all day,
yeah,
like from 9 to 10 in the morning. I'll be gone. I'll probably take a break to get something to eat,
yeah.
and then I get right back on it, and I'll be doing it from like 9 to 10 at night.
Dang,
So like I really be.
you put in a full day. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So like I was saying, back to what I was saying, depending on how you go about the Ubering, like you
Mm-hmm.
just heard the time that I put in. So like I don't really see nothing less than $100 a day.
Dang, hey, that
So
ain't. That's not too bad, man.
yeah, for
It
real.
really ain't too bad.
Like I said, you get the cash out whenever you please. So that back to that. So what I mean by cash out, because I had to learn it. But
Mm-hmm.
so what that means, so like say if I'm driving and I like my first 3 routes, I pick them up and let's just say I made the $20.
Yeah,
But my gas is getting on E and I need more.
yeah.
I can quickly go to my they'll just show it on here. It shows it.
Hmm.
It shows it. The camera. You got a camera for this, or it's just
Um.
voice?
Oh, for what you're.
Yeah, finna show you.
Oh no, I don't have a camera
Okay,
for
but no,
that.
that's good.
Yeah.
So basically, what I just show you so I can,
Yeah,
so
you
you'll
show.
know
I
what
mean,
I'm.
we can show that camera up
Okay.
there. We'll have to get up and show it, but no, I don't have one.
So basically, in here,
Okay.
I'll go right here,
Yeah.
and then I'll go to my wallet. So right now I got money in my wallet, but it's the cash out thing right now.
Yeah.
So it'll tell you like you get up to like 5 or 4 cash outs.
Okay, so throughout the day you can do up to that many
Yeah.
cash outs. Okay.
So it's like this, y'all. So like I'll go here, I'll click here, I'll go to my wallet. I'm not gonna show y'all my wallet because y'all need to know my business. But it's like once you click on your wallet, under the wallet it'll say like cash out or something like that. So like you get up to like 4 or 5 times to do it in, throughout the day. So like whenever you need your money, it's gonna get hit your account.
It's not. Once you got it all set up, it's a pretty
It's
user
easy.
friendly interface on
Yep.
it.
The only thing it'll probably have you do every so often, and it is big on insurance, like because I had everything planned out, like I had a deadline, like where I had to update my insurance. I think I was telling you back when we was working at the job, like I was with Progressive, but Progressive was taking automatic money out, and it was making me a little bit upset because it's like, sometimes I didn't have the money that they needed for my car to be paid off, and they was taking it out anyway, so it put me in a negative. So
Yeah.
I ended up taking it in my own hands, and I went to my bank and I said, well, how can I get this canceled off? Because I called them already and let them know what was going on, that I need to cancel because I can't afford it.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, because what the bank charge like $30-something these days.
Yes, I think so. Yeah, so it was like money always coming out. So like when we get our check from Utilimaster when we was working there, I'm only getting half of my check back, and I'm like, what? So yeah, it was always a negative in my bank because money was taken out before money even hit.
Yeah.
Then I was getting charged a penalty from my bank, and then so what I ended up doing, I was tired of it, and I called Progressive, and I was just like, hey, I need to cancel with y'all. I can't afford y'all. So the man, said what he said, but besides the point. But I went to my bank, and it was like, the way you can do it is just pay a $10 fee, and we can instantly put a lock on it. And I was like, oh, for real? And I said, okay, cool. So that's what I did. I put a lock on it, and I canceled from them and went back to my old car insurance, affordable car insurance. And I got, not only do I got full coverage on the Malibu, I think I told you about the other car that I got, the Jeep. I got partial on that. So all together, so before I even say that, Progressive, what I was paying just on the Malibu that I put up in full coverage, that was only like, it was $280 a month. So now that I went to this new thing that I'm at with both of my cars joint together, full coverage on the Malibu and partial coverage on the liability on the Jeep.
Yeah.
All together, I'm only paying $320 for both cars.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. How old are you?
I am 22, finna be 23 in a couple of weeks.
Okay. When you turn 25, man, your shit's gonna drop. It'll drop lower than that.
Hopefully it will.
It will. It'll drop lower. But man, that's really not that bad.
Yeah.
For real. You ain't got nothing on your you ain't had no wrecks or anything on your history or anything like that. Yeah, shit. That's good, man. That ain't too bad.
Yeah, for sure.
Man.
So yeah, but what did you want to cut straight into it? The topic?
Oh, you got what's up? What's up with the topic you got, man? Yeah, you ready for it? You did, yeah. I don't think you said you were gonna save it for the podcast. All right, what's up? What you got?
So, we start back school, guys. High schoolers, any grade, honestly, but more so for the high schoolers and stuff, because y'all have more used to the information that I'm gonna say. So basically, all I gotta say, and when I say all this, I'm not saying it to like make y'all think like, oh, I don't need this then, and I don't need that. No, that's not what I'm saying. But I want to let y'all know, like, ever since I left high school, ever since 2018, I've been on my own. So 2018 to 2023, finna be 24. It's like I've been on my own. But I say all that to talk about schools. We starting back to school. Some of y'all still might be on break, finna start next week or whatever the case might be, or some of y'all might still be in school. But all in all,
it's just a screensaver.
All in all, what I wanted to say is that school, a lot of the classes that y'all have, that y'all teachers putting y'all in, or y'all principal or whoever in charge of it is putting y'all in. I just wanted to let y'all know, like, really, the only three classes that y'all really need for everyday life, like to start the adulthood and living on your own and stuff, the only three classes that you really need is math, English, and I forgot the class that I was taking in high school, but it y'all know what I'm talking about. But it's the class that help you with budgeting and stuff. That's the only three classes you need to actually like live a daily life in the adulthood. You just need them three classes. All the other stuff, the extra math that they give y'all in class and stuff, the x plus y plus z. Yeah, I did all that. We don't need that for the rate. You just need to learn how to add actual numbers. You need to know how to read so you can read your meals and your bills. And then budgeting. You just need that to know how to budget and, take out what you need and what you don't need. You feel me? That's really all you need. Like, so that's the main three classes that I would say really pay attention in, for the high schoolers and stuff out there.
So it was, what was that? It was math, English, and
I forgot it was like a extra class that I just got put into.
Wait, like
But it was like
home ec or something.
something like that, like finance or something like that. But
Okay.
it, like I think like a finance class. But the teacher was teaching you about like how to budget it and be smart with your money. Like
Yes.
if you see $1,000 check, okay, what you doing with that $1,000? Is you finna blow it all
Yeah.
to your next check, or is you finna take out a little portion for rent, or
Yeah.
a little portion for gas, a little portion for food?
Yeah.
That $1,000 can go. It can vary.
So a lot of schools, I'm sure. Well, actually, I'm sure a lot of schools do teach that. But the school I went to never had a class like that. They never taught anything like that. So like for me, and I never really. Neither one of my parents really never like. We never just had like real conversations about money or like budgeting or anything like that.
Mhm.
I used YouTube, man.
Yeah.
For real. I like seriously. I use YouTube to learn about finances and stuff, and
Mhm.
a lot. I know it kind of sounds funny, but man, YouTube is there's so much stuff on
No,
YouTube,
for real, man. For real,
and
it is.
and yeah, learning different budgets and styles and stuff like that, and figuring out like because it's very smart actually to do that, to budget for everything. Like I said, every paycheck you get, okay, this much goes here,
Mm-hmm.
this much goes here, this much goes. I got the light bill is generally X amount, so
Yep.
I'm gonna put, if I put, okay, it's $200 every month. If I put 50 out each week for it, I'll have enough to pay for it by then, and I'm not gonna have to, use a big ass chunk out of this check for it or anything else.
Right.
Yeah, it's I don't know. A lot of people live paycheck to paycheck. They don't know anything about that, and they're like, well, I can't afford it. It's not about you. If you budget, you can do it. You just have to figure out how to budget for it.
Yeah, for real, man. For real.
But yeah, I never learned any of that. So I'd say that's interesting. So are you saying that you don't think anybody needs college or anything like that?
No, what I'm saying is, and I'm glad you asked that question. So for college is more so for if you know what you want to do in life and you want to really touch money. That's what I feel like college for. Like if you got a career that you want to go after. Like my senior year, even though I had stuff happen down in my senior year, tragical incidents and stuff like that. I wanted to actually go to college for either basketball, to be a basketball coach, to do landscaping, or to do culinary. That was my three things that I wanted to do: basketball coach, landscaping, and culinary.
That's interesting. Before we get into that, because I like those. That's interesting. We'll get into those, but so I'm going to just clear it. I'm trying to clear it up for a little bit here. So with those three classes, what you're saying is that those are like the three classes that you really. Those are the ones that you like. Hey, you're going to use these real world situations.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Like the simple. Basically, I would even go adding, plus minus division, that stuff. Like, yeah, that's a pretty much, especially if you're like doing Uber or you're messing with. Honestly, it should be an everyday use for everybody because if you're budgeting your money and stuff, you should look at that every day.
Mhm.
You should know about it. So it should be an everyday thing.
Sure.
It is an everyday thing. English, you're going to talk to people, and if you're in any kind of sort of business in general, nowadays it's a lot of computer stuff. I mean, you're typing and stuff or whatever. You're texting. Everybody texts and stuff these days, and I would definitely not recommend texting in the broken text language. I would text in like if you were writing to like writing to somebody. What there and there is.
A lot of people don't,
and a lot of people don't, and know the difference between the spelling and the reasons why, because it makes you look good. To whoever else you're looking at, oh, this is, he's not stupid. He's got something. So yeah, absolutely. And then the other class, the finances, man, yeah, absolutely. That's if you're gonna try to succeed in today's world. Thirsty as hell. I gotta get this big ass jug of water, man.
Do your thing, man. Do your thing.
Yeah. Oh, gonna be noisy as fuck right here. I have to clip that out. But yeah, those are, yeah, man, that's some good stuff. I mean, you're gonna have to take all the other classes to get out of high school, to get to, and you're gonna have to try to be as successful as possible in those other classes.
Mhm.
But everyday life, you're absolutely going to use those.
Yeah.
And if I would say, dude, even if you can possibly at the youngest age possible, figure out what you want to do in your life, because that way everything that you do is working towards that. Because schools are designed for, they're not designed, college is designed for career paths. High school is not designed for career paths. High schools were invented basically for during the industrial period and stuff, from what I've read. Well, I have to fact check myself on this crap, but from what I'd read, they were like, during the industrial age, somebody was like, well, we need more factory workers, so they designed schools and stuff, and that's what schools make factory workers. That's what, not just here, everywhere. There's factories everywhere, plants, factories, whatever you want to call them. But that's a big thing. So that's what schools generally produce, unless you go to college, and that's when you have career paths and stuff like that. I didn't go to college, man.
Right.
So I still have opportunity to, and I probably should. I just don't know what I want to do.
No, same here, man.
So
I ain't never attended
yeah.
college. I did all the way up until high school year, but like I said, due to life happening and stuff, half of my senior year there was a tragic incident that happened. So like, half of my senior year I wasn't at school. I was doing school from home, but
Yeah.
so like my whole mind just shifted. So I never went to college.
Yeah.
I mean, like you just said, like nobody cannot still go to college no matter how old
Oh
you is.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
there's a lot of parents out here
And
that still
don't go to
gotta
college
Yeah.
unless you're ready.
Yeah, for
Absolutely, because if it's stupid to go to college and not know what you're doing.
Exactly, and it's also I wouldn't want to say stupid to go to college, but I would say more so like you just said, to feedback off you, like actually know what you want to do, because there's a lot of people that goes to college and switch their majors up so much.
Yeah.
So then
it's a waste of money and everything else. Go in with the plan. Do anything you do it with the plan. Have a plan, have a goal. Man, I wish I knew some of this stuff earlier in my life, because I feel like I would have been way better off for it. But like, being goal oriented and setting goals for yourself
For sure.
is, man, it helps me out so much. Like, if I don't have a goal to strive for, then I'm not gonna do anything. I'm not trying to reach that. I feel like in the gym, like, I have goals I set for myself in the gym. Like, I'm like, all right, well, I'm doing this weight at this rep, I want to get this weight at these reps, so, and I want to do it by 12 weeks. Okay. So so I have to try to achieve these goals, and I have to achieve these goals by a certain time too. That's another key important thing for me. In that is doing that, having a set time to reach that goal. It helps me reach it.
For sure, man.
Yeah.
But it's a lot out here people don't understand, because they so focused, like, this world is coming into technology, a lot of technology stuff.
Oh
so,
yeah,
like,
man.
Whatever they see is what they do.
Yeah, dude.
You feel me? So, like,
well, we're living in a there's not in a we're living in a totally different world than what we grew up in, because the world that we're in now is, you can't do it. Everything's on camera.
Right.
Everybody has a camera right in their pocket, and they can, so it's a lot harder to get away with shit. For one, and everything that everybody most of the time voluntarily puts whatever they're doing up on social medias and everything else, so it's definitely completely different.
Definitely is, man. Definitely is.
Technology is a huge thing. It's huge in today's world.
It is, man. It is. But to piggyback off of the budgeting and stuff, like, even now, like, I forgot to tell you, but I was studying for my CDL, so I got my permit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You got your CDL?
Permit, not the
permit.
license.
Okay.
Just
Okay.
the permit, so.
Now you just have to, with the permit, don't you have to put in like just hours or training on or something?
To get your permit, you got to do the the computer tests, and I did all that. So Then me and my buddy had to go to Elkhart to get our physical. Wasn't that much, just $90.
Yeah.
A piece. And then after we get our physical, we bring it back to the BMV. They see that we got our physical and stuff. We pass on our test. We get our permit.
Yeah.
So now that we got our permit, the last step to do is just find a company that you can go to, whether you paying it yourself or you can find a company. Sometimes it's better to find a company that is willing to pay for your class.
Yeah, to train you.
Yeah, but the only thing about that is when you find a company that pay for your class, you know that it's gonna be a contract in there.
Oh,
Meaning,
yeah.
Okay, we pay for your class for a
but
month,
you have to be
paid.
with us for.
You got to be with us for so long.
Yeah,
you know?
No matter what.
So, but if you end up leaving earlier, it's not like.
I feel like there's two ways to look at that, though. I said there's two ways to look at that. Like you said, you can look at it like contract. Well, contract, you're locked in. You know, you're in there. So like, it works both ways though. Like, okay, well, if it's a 10-year contract or whatever, okay, well, I have a job for 10 years guaranteed.
Right.
You know.
Right.
That's the positive way to look at it.
For real.
I have a job for 10 years, guaranteed for 10 years, because you know how shit is around here, man, and the season and stuff. I got a job guaranteed for 10. That's how I would look at that, you know. So, but that's why I say there's two ways to look at that shit, you know. And then there's the other way, well, like, man, if I don't want to, if I don't like it, and I gotta, that's true though, too. You know, if you don't like it, well, yeah, fuck, I'm here for 10 years.
Yeah.
You know, I don't fucking like it, but change the mindset. Look at the positive. I got a job for 10 years. Fuck these motherfuckers. They suck and this and that. But hey, I'm in here.
Yeah.
You know, I'm getting my bread. Fuck everybody else. You know, and that's what it's all really about anyways. Fucking you get in there, snout down, do your shit.
Yeah.
So that's great. And then the other way is, I guess, if you own your own or something and you...
And so...
Or, no, I guess I don't know how that would work.
I mean, when I was... Okay, so before we talk about that, what I meant to tell you in the process is that I had to go a different route. That was the plan, to do the trucking company with a certain company. I ain't gonna say no names or nothing, but to do with a certain company. But because stuff had to go to a different route, I'm just gonna take my my permit elsewhere. So my mom, her best friend, work at the school with the school buses, the school corporation. So actually I got an interview tomorrow at 12.
Okay.
So I'm gonna take my permit to drive buses. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I got an interview tomorrow. We're gonna see what they talking about, but I'm gonna just take it elsewhere and just do that. Because I always wanted to be local. Like I ain't gonna lie, like I'm gonna shout out my homie. He know who I'm talking about. I ain't gonna say no names because but he know who I'm talking about.
You can shout him out, man, if you want to. It don't matter. Shoot.
My man's Mike.
We'll put his what's his Instagram?
I don't know his Instagram number.
We'll shout out his
Mike,
Instagram.
you know who I'm talking about. If it wasn't for him, like actually coming to me and like giving words of encouragement and stuff to do the CDLs, I probably would still be, in the little hole that I was trying to dig out, but I'm getting out of it, But if it wasn't for him trying to encourage me and take me on a journey with him, I wouldn't even be where I'm at as far as having my permit. So shout out to Mike. He know who I'm talking about. I ain't gonna say too much, like I said.
Well, he sounds like he's a good guy.
Definitely is.
Huh?
Definitely is, man.
Yeah, he gave you some good advice, for sure. At least, helping you for sure. Anybody that gives you good advice and stuff, man, try to keep them around for sure.
Yeah.
I like those kind of people, man. I try to keep those kind of people around me too.
For sure. But yeah, man. So like literally, that's really all I've been doing. So like, I'm finna see what they're gonna be talking about tomorrow for the interview.
So you're going to the interview at a school to drive buses so that's gonna be. I like that because that keeps you around with
kids.
Doing the Boys and Girls Club too. Like it fits the narrative. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it kind of it sounds like to me you're kind of figuring out what you might want to what you want to do. It's just like sometimes shit just kind of falls in place sometimes, and So that's kind of cool because you're right. Because like you said, CDL, man, and I was immediately like, oh, big trucks. You know, I was like, oh yeah, big truck. But I didn't even think about buses.
Yeah,
It
like
didn't
so,
even.
like CDLs can mean anything.
Yeah,
Like
well,
depending on
anything
where
that
you going.
needs
Yeah,
a CDL to drive. That's what I'm saying.
exactly.
I'm because that's just what you think
But
of is
no,
big trucks.
but it's cool that you was thinking like that because that was my main mindset too because that was my focus.
Yeah.
But like I said, you know, I had to take the job elsewhere only because due to like, you know,
Yeah.
whatever the case may be. But I end up just going with the buses. My mom had came to me. She was putting all this stuff in my ear. She was like, "Don't be discouraged." And I'm like, "Well, I'm not really discouraged, but it was just fine." Like, you know.
Yeah.
But anywho, she was just like, "I'm gonna make some calls." She did that. Her best friend is one of the people that's like kind of like known in the I don't know. I just said known only because I don't know her position in the
in the
school
school
bus
board
course.
or
Yeah.
okay,
But I know she got some pull.
yeah,
So
some
like
kind of standing
exactly.
in
so
the.
my mom, she made a couple calls
Hey
for me.
man, that's the thing about it, man. And a lot of it in today's and
It's all
probably
about who you
forever of the
know.
world is it's all about who you know.
Exactly, man, for
That's
real.
exactly what I was gonna
We
say,
hate to
man.
say it like
It's
that,
all
but
about who
for
you
real,
know.
like
It's
if you
true.
don't know nobody that's in certain things, I hate to
It
say
makes
it
it
like
harder.
I had to go through it when I was at Utilimaster, man. Like I'm not gonna say too much, but like
Well, you
I
can
had conversations.
you can still make it, but sometimes you can't because if they don't, they'll keep you out because they don't like it. Just because they're like, oh, he's not he's not in the loop, you know,
Exactly,
whatever.
man.
But sometimes if you work hard, sometimes if you work hard, you can get in. But if you know somebody, you're in from the get go.
No, for real, man.
You
You're
know,
not lying, man.
it makes it so much easier.
Man, if you know it, like this world is set up, it's all of who you know. And that's why I try to keep a certain image. Not saying that I try to hide what I do on the side, because like what I do on the side ain't even too much. Like I have fun just like any regular person, you know. I have fun, you know, sip a little bit if I need to, just casual. But all in all, like I do like any other regular person do. Like I have fun on the side, but all in all, you always want to keep a good image when you out in the world too, because you know how this world is now. Everybody got beef with everybody. Like, and when I say this, I
Even
don't
if you
say
don't
this.
know them,
Yeah,
you can not know them. They got beef with you.
No, for real, man.
It's
For real.
so true.
And I say this in a positive and a non-cocky way. I know a lot of people because my brothers, I'm the youngest boy. My brothers, school, sports, church members, stuff like that. So like I'm known, my brother's known, so like a lot of people know it. So like I could go anywhere in South Bend on any side of town because I don't have beef with nobody. Everybody know me, everybody know my brothers. We don't beef with nobody. Like, you know, we cool with everybody, you know?
Yeah.
So
that's true, man. That's something that I try not to really pay attention to the news and all that shit, you know, all that crazy stuff, man, that's going on up there, because if you get sucked in, because a lot of it, man, is not around here,
right,
you know, and if you get sucked in that mindset, it makes a difference. And a lot of people just need to get off their phones, get off the internet and stuff, and just go talk to people in the real world and just really get to know them and stuff, because people ain't as bad as people make them out to be, you know. They really ain't. And that's something that like I said, I try not to think about that crap too much, because if you think, you know, it'll make you depressed thinking about all that stuff if you get to thinking about it too much.
No, yeah. But yeah, man. Like, what you been up to, man? Ever since you told the master,
man. Okay, so not a lot, really. I mean, I've been up to a lot. I mainly, man, keep my head on, bro. I get up, I wake up. I'm waking up earlier now.
Yeah.
I still hang out with Scott and stuff, man. Still talk to him, man. That's still my homie, man. We still kick it and stuff. He's working doing landscape work. He's working. I don't know what company he's working for or anything, but he's loving it, man. He's side note. I'm going on a little tangent here with him.
Okay, go ahead.
But me and him been talking, and he's talking about because it relates to what I'm doing and all that stuff. So he's wanting to get a like GoPro, like chest camera or GoPro on his head, and because he does a lot of spin trimming and stuff, and he's going to film it throughout his day, and he's going to put whatever music he has on and just kind of like, so he's going to make little videos of him doing the spin trim stuff. He's loving it. I went to the gym yesterday, and after we got out, we drove by the Lutheran church. It's one of the properties that he cut, and we drove around. We got to see his lines that they cut through and all that stuff. So so he's loving that stuff, but all that video work and stuff, and getting this podcast going, finally getting all this stuff. Dude, I had a podcast yesterday with I was my cousins basically.
Okay.
And sitting in the middle of the podcast, and my freaking camera shuts off.
Mm-hmm.
Other camera's not recording nothing. Like I had a bunch of technical issues yesterday. I had to go get a new memory card today. Instead, that's why I text you. I was like, "Hey, what's up?" and all that, because I was like, "If you ain't coming," I was like, "I ain't gonna get that memory card today."
No, I was definitely gonna come, man. One thing about me, bro, if I say I'm gonna do something,
yeah.
And if I don't come through, I'm nobody's perfect. So
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
say a lot of stuff as far as like I come through, but 9 times out of 10 I'm busy. And I'm not busy to the point where I can't do it. It's just more so like I try to keep myself busy, because when I'm not, it's like, that's when you
get well, that kind of relates to what I was saying. If I'm stagnant, man, idle hands, dude, I go crazy.
You just get to doing stuff.
I start doing dumb stuff,
man. A lot of people don't know that, man.
I will start doing dumb stuff. I have to keep myself busy. I have to have a purpose. I have to have something. You have to have something to do. That's something that a lot of people don't know. Everybody talks about the meaning of life, isn't that? If you want to be happy, keep yourself busy. Keep doing stuff. Man. Keep yourself busy. Keep working on yourself. Have goals. Do that stuff. But man, well, so this is what. All right, man. I'll get back to it now. This is what this year I've been doing. I've been working on this podcast. Okay. It's working on it. It's actually the second project, really, because my first project has been my online store that I've been working on, BluntThoughts. The BluntThoughts with the z.myshopify.com, and I'll have it in here. It'll pop up on there. I have that, dude. I've been working on. It's mainly about, since I've been going to the gym with Scott and everything, man. And I got all these crazy socks and shit. Mm-hmm. So I got it's got a lot of socks on there, and it's got like a lot of hoodies and gym shirts and like t-shirts and stuff like that. With the one I got on there says "Say Less" on it, because I say that all the time. Say less. And then man, I need to go get my hoodie up there. I got a hoodie that I got from him, and it's got show me the heavies on the front of it, and on the back of it has tell me your blunt thoughts. And do you know what that means? To show me the heavies.
No. What's
okay,
that
so have you ever watched the Flagrant podcast with Andrew Schultz and all them in it?
I'm really good with faces instead of names, so if I see the face, I can probably be like, "Oh yeah, I know."
It's all good, but he was talking about he had Joe Rogan on his podcast, and they were talking about I hope I say her name right, Yeonomi Park, and he was like, she's a North Korean survivor, and you're talking about her boobs, like that. He was like, it's the heavies. So the heavies is like a reference to boobs, basically. So I got like show the heavies on there. Funny little stuff like that. I got like gym rules in there sometimes, like rule number 37. This is a recent one I just put up on there. It's like it says it's rule number 37. It says blunt thoughts on the front, and on the back it has number 37, and it says don't quit when you're tired, or don't quit when you're tired. Quit when you're done. Okay. So like kind of like some good little stuff like that, and then some of them are kind of little jokes and dumb. Me and Scott's in the gym, and we're very competitive in the gym, like lifting weights and stuff. Because Scott's a big old boy, man, and I'm small in comparison to him. But like I try to keep up with him and stuff, and get in there. He'll be lifting, and I'll do more than him. I'll get more reps into him, and then so one time we got up there, and he was like at number 17, like 17 reps doing dumbbell chest press. He got to 17, and he just stopped, and he looks at me. He's like, "I'd rather die," and just starts pumping, like he just pumps more out. I think he pumped out like 25 or something, like 60-pound dumbbells. I was like, I ain't, man, she wearing me out. But so that was like one of the. So we made the rule number 17. I'd rather die. You know,
Yeah.
it's a little funny.
That's crazy that you say that, because me, I can work out by myself, but I always want somebody to go with. Because, like, what I'm used to when I was in high school,
Yeah.
I used to have a personal trainer.
Really?
Shout out DP. I ain't going to say too much on his name, like I said, but, like, shout out DP, though. He know who I'm talking about. Back at Washington, you know,
Yeah.
high school. So, but now it's shout out to my homie Malik, my cousin, my brother, all that. Like, I claim him as family. So, me and him been around each other for a long time. You know who I'm talking about,
Yeah.
though, when I
Yeah.
was with
Yeah.
you
Malik.
telling
Yeah.
me, yep. So all in all, shout out to him, because like a lot of the times, like, you know, I probably wouldn't go to the gym without him.
Yeah.
But it's just more so like I'm the type of person, I need that person in my ear. Like, come on, one more, you know.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
that's
Oh,
how
absolutely.
that's how I like to do.
It is so the lifting partner is so
Yeah,
important. If
for sure.
I'm like you, man. I go to the gym because a lot of times, you know, Scott can't go, like he's sore or whatever. I mean, he works all day, so like the
Yeah,
way our schedule works is like we're at the gym at 5 a.m. in the
yeah,
morning, and then like it's 6:30. We're done by 6:30. That way he can get to work at 7. You know, so uh, and I did that just so I could have my lifting part. You know, because I worked out without him for like a week or two, and then
yeah.
he's like I said sometimes he's like, man, I can't. My back's too sore or whatever today, which is fine. You know, so I'll go and work out by myself. But I love it when I have my partner there. It makes a big difference.
And it
You
made
know.
time go by fast too, man.
Oh yeah. Well,
For
you
sure.
you in there. You got that good banter.
Yeah,
Because you're good friends, whether you fuck with each other or not. You know, or because you're gonna pick on each other. That's what good friends gonna do. Anyways,
nah,
they
for
gonna
real,
pick on
man.
each
You
other. They
ain't
gonna
lying.
joan on each other,
Yeah,
man. They gonna talk some crap. I do shit. I talk crap to. I try to talk crap to Scott all the time. I'm like, come on.
you gotta let them know I said what's up, because I got your number, but I ain't got his. But let them know I said what's
All
up,
right, I
man.
will.
For
Well,
real.
hell, I can slide him your number if you want me to, or if you don't
Okay,
care.
that's cool.
I'll
That's
give him
cool.
your number. He wanted to come today,
Mm.
but he texted me. He's like, my back's out, man. He was like, I can't even walk. I was like, all right, man. I was like, just heal your back up and get to feeling better. I was like, but no, you missing out.
Nah, for real, man. For real.
But hell yeah, man. So yeah, I've been doing that. I got close to about. I put in 2 more products this before you come in. So I was working on it. I was working on it before you got here.
Okay,
I've been
okay.
working today. Ain't no days off.
Nah, for real,
Ain't no
man.
days off, man. You got that. Bills don't stop, so I don't stop. You know.
And that's why I do Uber, because bills
Yeah.
don't stop. And like, not trying to disrespect where I live or the
Yeah.
people that work for in the apartment but people don't care what you got going on. Like,
Mm-hmm.
even though we went through what we had to go
Yeah.
through with our job, letting us go, man. Like, they don't care about that. They care about their money getting paid for rent. So like, that's what pushed me to be like, okay,
Well,
I can't stop working just
Oh.
because I can't get work. You feel me?
Yeah. Oh no,
So
you're
I'm
right,
glad I
dude.
got introduced to
Yeah.
the Uber stuff, man. Like, I be on TikTok a little bit. The only media that I have is really TikTok and Snapchat, bro. I really don't be on social media like that, bro.
Hey,
I
you
try
need
to
to
stay
add me
away
on
from it.
Snap.
I
You need to
got
add
you,
me on
man.
Snapchat. And you need to add me on the TikTok. My blunt thoughts. I got to do videos for my store on there as
Okay.
well, and some that I'm just messing with it for the video editing for the podcast and
Okay.
stuff as well. And I'll do video editing on there and stuff. But
Yeah.
I'll get you on there and stuff
All
too.
right,
We'll
bet.
check
Say
those
less.
out.
Say less.
Yeah. But, man, yeah. You can't stop. You can't stop working. You got to keep moving.
Because people
Sure.
don't care. Like, yeah, they like understand what you're going through, but it's not gonna stop them from pressing the issue with you as far as your rent being due. Like, you can have a definite family, you going through a lot. Like, so that means time off work and stuff. They don't care about that. Like, they care about, okay, you live here, so we expect money from you, you know. And if you can't give it, then cool, we evict you. But you know me, like, shout out to my mom and dad, you know, because if it wasn't for them, you know, raising me how I am, especially my dad, like financially and stuff like that, and my mom too. Like, just being there and always having an ear to talk for my mom, like, you know, it's good to have people to vent to. Like your parents always say friends is they come and go, and that's true. Like, sometimes it don't even have to be because y'all fell out or anything. It just be because like y'all got a different life than your friends and stuff like that. And you grow older and you realize, like, you know, Like I got stuff to handle, just like you got stuff to handle. And sometimes, like all my friends know that I fell out with. Like, no, I'm not bad at communication. If you hit me up, I'll talk. But 9 times out of 10, like I'll be so busy and trying to make money and make sure I'm straight at the end of the day that I isolate the whole world out.
No, man, I get it, dude. You have to have that support network. It's really good to have that support network for sure. To have that, your parents giving you that good advice and everything else and stuff. And it's nice having that support network.
For sure.
And friends, you're right, man. Friends, they do come and go. And that's something that you learn later in life. Every now and again, you'll find a friend that you can have for your entire life. So some people have lifelong friends, and it happens. You just click with certain people, and that happens. But don't be scared to lose a friend, and you might, if you don't have to, don't. But if you lose them, it's okay, because that's part of it.
Yeah.
Like you said, sometimes your path just separates and it's different, and you just grow apart. It's a natural thing to happen. And honestly, sometimes it's meant for you to lose those friends so you can have a friend that's better for you.
Definitely.
And brings you up as well. So
True.
it's absolutely. I believe that for sure, man.
Yeah, for real. So yeah, man. But other than that, like you know how I was. I wanted to ask that dude, and then hopefully I can bring this up without down in the company or whatever, or down in the workers that was in the workplace that we was at, the nail cart. But I wanted to say, like, I was thinking on the way here, like, the man, you remember when we was all sitting in the break room?
Oh yeah,
man,
I remember that, man.
And the guy was like, we gonna keep the seniorities, do the seniorities. That's why y'all going on furlough.
Yeah.
But whole time they let, a couple of managers ago that was there for 20 plus years, so it didn't have nothing to do with.
It had nothing to do. The whole thing was a sham, man. That's why I said what I said when I was in there.
I remember, man. I was like,
I was like, you ain't about to sit here and just blatantly try to use some fancy words to make yourself feel better.
One by the book.
To make yourself feel better. I was like, we're humans. We have lives and we have everything else. You're not about to. I was like, we're fired. Just have the balls to say it, man.
Right, man.
Like
that's saying seniority. You keeping people that's been here for 3 to 5 years.
Yeah.
At that.
Mm-hmm.
But then you got people that you just cut off that was supervisors that was 20 plus years
29 years.
So
Phil was 29 years.
Come on, man.
They fired somebody else that was 32 years.
Come on,
something
man.
like that.
That's what
right
I'm
before
saying.
it.
So don't sit up here and
it had
tell
nothing
us
to do with that anyways, because they Matt had a say so in who he kept. It doesn't matter. And the reasons why I know that is because I know Scott, and Scott has been where Matt and above Matt, he's been in upper management. Like he had the 6-figure job and stuff and was in it, and me and him have talked about it and stuff, everything else. And he's like, Matt had a choice in it. Matt had he decided who to keep and who not to keep.
Right.
Yeah. So it was all just a crazy, and honestly, like, I don't want to get too far into that, but I do think like the politics, has a lot to do with it, man. And but I'm not going to get too much into that.
No, I know.
But it does have a lot to do with it, like with companies, because corporations, whoever's got the money is who controls a lot of stuff, and corporations have the money. So
for real, And then because I hear you bring up his name a lot. Like I said, Matt or. Matt, right?
Yeah, Matt was our supervisor.
No, not Matt. Scott.
Oh yeah, Scott.
Scott. My bad. His boy.
Scott.
He's a good dude
now.
to me too. As long as I've been working with him, he's a good dude, man. For real. Shout out Scott too. Even though you're not here, you wanted to be here, man.
He did. He's gonna love that.
Piggyback off that. I'm glad you've been bringing his name up a lot. Like I said, I wish you was here because we ain't seen each other in a long time, but that's cool.
He thinks a lot of you too, man. He does.
For real, and I appreciate that, man. For real. And to talk about Scott, man, like you know, like we had a little bit of side conversations about y'all business. What's going on with that? Y'all still doing that, right?
Oh, you're talking about the pull sticks and stuff
Yes,
like that.
yes.
It is in the plan.
Okay,
It is in the
okay.
plan. It is just not in the near plan.
Okay.
You know, but yeah, it's in the plan. I think it might have evolved a little bit, but it's definitely in a plan. Eventually, like if the podcast kind of kicks off a little bit, and we can get, you know, the company's like my little project or whatever, you know. But hopefully, I want that some of this kick off, you know,
No, for real, man.
a little bit more, you know, for sure. But we want to do a like a commentating pool podcast too, and and from that one is where, or I think we're going to call it we actually did a practice video. I haven't published that one, but I have it all edited out and stuff. I haven't published it yet, but it's going to be called Dead Rail by BluntThoughts, you know. So it's a little like subcategory off of it, and we're going to use that the pool commentating little world that we're going to create to kind of promote whatever we need to promote from there. And so that's kind of where the pool sticks kind of fall into that category.
Man, hopefully y'all stick to it, and with y'all being good friends, man, for real. Like I hope y'all do stay consistent on that and don't get that up, man, because you was really like, out of all the time I've been living, I've been born and stuff, I have never heard nobody do the thing that you want to do as far as pool sticks, because they probably look at it as it's the lowdown. Like everybody trying to get the top spot. But
you got to find your own niche.
Exactly,
you got to find what works.
You got to like
bring up something that nobody else has brought up, and that's honestly like what we kind of want to do with the pool world a little bit too, is because we know that it's not, but we want to bring a different. Because if you think about like, what do people like? They like watching stuff that's exciting and action and this and that. But you got pool, and if you watch like pool tournaments now, they're quiet. It's like they're you know, and they're not as like it's not all boom boom boom. And so we want to try to bring some action to it. Like we talked about it a bunch, and we've been saying, like, I told him, I was like, you remember playing like old WWE games, you know, like on PS2 and stuff, and like how the like kind of bring like a little bit of that atmosphere, and we're going to throw different like atmospheres into it, and kind of just have like a rough. Have you seen Rough and Rowdy on YouTube?
I don't think so.
They do pay-per-views, but it's like it's boxing or whatever, but it's like local people. It's not no big people, famous people, nothing like that.
I have saw a couple of things on TikTok. I don't know if that adds up to
it might be. Well, there's some
like
Rough and Rowdy clips. There's some Rough and Rowdy.
Hexagon, or is it?
It's a big boxagon. They have the
octagon.
Octagon.
And they just have people running. Well, people that's trained to box, but not professionals. Like, you know, So I have seen that.
It's just it's like street fighting, but you put the gloves on, you're in there and you're boxing.
I have saw that.
It's throwing hands with some boxing and stuff like that. And dude, it's so entertaining. So like throwing different elements of like that in there and stuff like that. We're talking about, you know, we're gonna be talking shit. We're gonna be playing. Oh, you couldn't make that shot. You know, like add just some goodness into it. Not, you know, talk shit, but we're not like to get people mad or anything like that. It'll all be just it's bringing that good energy, that excitement, and bring it up, make it something that people like to watch.
For sure, man,
you know, for sure.
Crazy,
Reach the crowd. Like, you know, UFC got huge. You know, look at the crowds and stuff that it brings in, and Rough and Rowdy it's on pay-per-view now and stuff. You know, like I'm like, if we can make a Rough and Rowdy version, like, in a sense, not exactly a Rough and Rowdy, but like a version of that, and pool and have it like exciting like that. Yeah, dude, that's gonna be awesome. We've been talking about that for about for a couple of years. Well, I ain't known him that long, but for a year now, you know, we've been talking about that.
And while we on the topic, man, like for real, like I've been having conversations with my dad. I'm gonna say my dad's name because that's my dad, but it's another figure in my life that I've been talking to, and me and him just had a conversation yesterday. Like I said, I ain't gonna say no names and I ain't gonna say too much on, but when I was planning on doing to go to the trucking company that I was supposed to go to, like, you know, that's money.
You know?
So like I had my mind already set. Like that's the thing about me. Like even before it happened, I just try to think and manifest it. Like, okay, with the money that's gonna come in, I try to budget, take this. I was trying to get my car fixed up, the other car, not the Malibu. All I want to do to Malibu is just take the roof off and then put some sunroof on it. That's it. But the other Jeep, I want to get it all fixed up, turn it black, put some red leather seats in it.
That shit costs money, man.
Exactly.
Hell yeah.
And
I know what you mean. I have, dude, because I drive that little gold Jeep up there all the time. It's not fixed up or anything, like fancy or anything like that. But I love
to get
that
you
Jeep,
to point A to point B. And I know it drink gas too. You can't tell me that.
No, it's a little 4-cylinder, man.
Oh, okay. So it's good on gas then. Okay.
Dude, I fill that sucker up and I can go about 2 weeks on it. It's actually really good.
That's basically what I be doing with my Malibu. That's why I like driving it so much. But my Jeep, it do drink gas.
It's probably got
but I like
6-cylinder in it though, don't it?
Probably I'll have to check.
Is it a 4-door?
Yes.
Okay, it's more likely.
It's a Jeep 05, 06.
Okay.
I want to say I never know how to. I don't want to say the name because I don't know how to pronounce it. But it started with a C like Choco, like something
Cherokee.
Like, there you
Cherokee.
go.
Cherokee.
That's what I got. I got a Jeep.
Can't say Indian names. The Native Americans are mad at you right now, man.
No, I'm sorry, my bad. But no,
I'm just messing with you, bro. I'm just messing.
So that I got that type of car. Man, so like right now, what I've been doing because like I said, my Uber is my main paying job. So I be having to find out a price or something. So I know because I know I can get that money. It's just like I said to go back to budgeting.
How much is gas in South Bend? I don't really mess around. I know gas around here has been hanging. It's been hanging around about 374, 379.
That's about the same, man.
Kind of fluxing around there.
But depending on what area and environment you in, the price would it'll still be $3. That $3 will always be there.
But it'll be 20 cents less.
Yes.
If you get into
depending on where you at. So like it's different locations. Like if I go to the north, west, south, or east side or something, it's always different prices.
Yeah.
But I stay over there by Notre Dame, so them prices.
Yeah.
I tried to avoid going over
you
there.
run that college, man. Everything's up around colleges.
Exactly.
It's so expensive.
Exactly.
Me and Al went and bought that pool table.
Okay.
Moved up here.
Is it expensive? You ain't got to say a price while we on the podcast, but is it expensive?
Depends. It depends on what kind. They can be very, very expensive. The most expensive one I looked at online, I think it was like $39,000 or something. But that's like super custom. They get ridiculous. This one,
couple hundred for this one, or thousands.
That one cost $3,000, and that was everything. That was we went to the store and bought it. Ordered it technically, and they come. All we did was clean out the area, lay our rug down, and have the area clean for them set up. They come down and set everything up. So all we did was pay the $3,000, and then we started playing on it once it was finished installed.
So in that $3,000, does that include the moving person coming in here too?
That included them coming and installing it and everything. That was the overall price, and that is a super nice pool table. It's got a hideaway drawer.
Okay.
It holds 6 sticks in it and has a spot for a rack of balls and some other spots for we keep chalk and gloves and little stuff like that in there. It is. It's not too bad. They vary. There's some that are you can get some that are in the hundreds, and then like I said, upward towards $40,000-$50,000. So it varies. That one is actually an 8-foot table. It's not a 7-foot table, and that's most bar tables. Like if you go to a bar or pool hall or anything, and tournament tables, they have the 9-foot tournament tables there, and then they have 7-foot. You put your quarters in it, and your balls fall. Those are normally all 7-foot.
Okay.
So we got an 8-foot, so I can, if we go to a bar, I can play on a tournament or a regular bar table. Kind of just be able to be versatile in that.
Subject of business.
Yeah.
So like when I was going to get my CDLs, even though no, not going to get it because I got my permit, but as far as like the truck company that I was going to, since that's not happening no more, like I always like now that I got an interview with the bus and I still want to see this, so I don't want to say too much because I don't know what the outcome might be tomorrow. I know it's gonna be all good, but all in all, as far as the money that I've been bringing in, like me and my dad had to sit down because he was, I think in a little way, it showed me that he was a little bit excited because my dad, he don't have his CDLs, but he drive for RV company. So he bring money in. He bring a decent money in. He do RVs. He been doing that for.
So he like drives the RVs?
The RVs. And he takes them from somewhere and drop them off somewhere. And
for somebody. Okay, so he delivers them. Sweet.
So when I told him about my CDLs, he was like, man, like he said, you'll be making more than me because you doing semis.
Yeah.
That was the plan. But like I said, stuff went a
Yeah,
different route.
whatever.
So
Yeah,
now,
yeah.
I'm
Different path.
yeah. So now I'm gonna do the bus. So I was asking my mom like how the bus thing worked, but mind you, her husband, he already do the bus thing. I don't know how long he been doing it, but I know
Okay.
he been doing it for a little minute. So like he be trying to put me up on game and be like, all right, that's what you need to say, stuff like that. So we're not gonna
So
go
he
into
kind of
too
giving
much.
you the DL, kind
Yeah,
of let you
yeah,
know, hey,
just trying to help me out
this
a
is
little
what
bit.
this was the process I went
Exactly.
through. If you could say this,
Exactly.
yeah, it's great,
So
great having that.
so I'm finna do that now, but like I said, because I know we took a break, but to follow back on what we was talking about before, shout out to my dad because like I said, he's a great dude as far as like when it comes to like somebody you need to talk to for like how to live life and never have to go back in life. Like, and what I mean by that is like he always, and I quote, he always said, if you want to be able to know how to live on your own and never go back to your mom's house, he'd be like, this what you need to do. So like I thank him for that and stuff like that. And like I said, no disrespect to my mom, shout out to my mom too for always being there and being here and stuff like that. Like,
It's always nice knowing that you can go back,
yeah,
but
yeah,
you
yeah.
never want to have to go back.
And don't get me wrong, my mom always had that door opening, but
Yeah.
because I ain't never want to go back, I never wanted to go back. Like when I leave from a job, whether I quit or get fired, God forbid, but it's like, I don't never want to go backwards because it's like in order to go forward, you got to keep going forward. You feel me? So like,
Yeah.
all in all, not to get off topic, but now that I got this bus thing going on, I was having a conversation with my dad. Like he thought I was still had the CDL thing going on, but like I told him, I don't know. Like I talk to my dad every so often because, like I said, he do the RV thing, so like he always be on the road. So if I didn't or did had a conversation with him, like I'll let him know, like if I didn't, that I'm gonna just go the bus route. So even with that money coming in, we'll get paid. I think my mom husband told me like every 5th and 20th of each month,
So yeah,
you would get paid.
okay,
Yeah, so bi-weekly.
yeah.
So yeah, so he said it was decent money after
Yeah.
tax. So like even with that money, I was just talking to somebody that's positive in my life. Like I got introduced through somebody. Like I said, I'm not gonna throw no names out there because anywho, anyway, me and him were just having a conversation yesterday, like, and we were just talking about like I was just talking to my dad before I was talking to the guy that I was talking to yesterday about how I want to go about when this money starts flowing in. I want to invest. A lot of people don't do that. They get the money and see how much money they getting, and then they mind just go everywhere else. They start doing expensive stuff, they started spending money expensively. So like it's like me personally, because I know I have now that I'm going through what I go through with the job that just like the job that me and him was working at. He know what I'm talking about. But because I never been in that predicament where I have got let go of a job and have to and it affects your personal life, yeah. And it affects your personal life and make you have to do things differently and move a certain way because the income that you're not having coming in no more. So without saying too much, I had to do all that. Like I had to shift my life around due to the fact of what happened at the job that I was just previously at. Like I had to shift my whole life around and live within my means, if that make more sense to you guys. So like but with all that being said, I was like, with me living on the side that, always having income coming in to me living on the side now, first time in my life in 23 years, that now I see, having to try to dig myself out this hole. I see I don't ever want to be in this predicament again. And what a lot of people feel, no matter what race you is, it don't matter. Like I know, cause whatever.
Well,
Go ahead.
I want to touch on that real quick, man. It's not a race thing. It's never been a race thing. It's a class thing. It's a money thing. That's what it is.
What he said, definitely.
It is not about race.
Definitely.
And for me, man, I have my cousins are mixed, Mexican, black,
For sure.
so I've been around stuff and all like that. So
Mhm.
I can't stand when people are racist because I'm
Yeah.
like, I've had people, say the N word to me and stuff, and I'm like, don't say that.
Yeah.
I'm like, don't say that
Right.
because I have family that is black. I'm like, don't Don't be saying that stuff. So it's not a race. They're trying to make it a race thing.
Yeah.
Everybody wants you to think it's a race thing, but it's not a race thing. It is
For sure.
it is strictly class. It's money.
For
That's
sure.
what it is. I just wanted to touch on that.
And that's another thing. It's all about the money.
Yeah.
But to get back to what I was saying to finish up, so what I was telling my dad and another figure in my life, and like I said, he knew what I'm talking about, but I ain't gonna say too many names, but he knew who I'm talking about. Me and him were just having a conversation yesterday and exchanged numbers. I was telling him that I wanted it when I start making that money, because I have been in this predicament now because of the job that I was at that let us go. I would never want to be in again, because it definitely took a toll on my life. Like, as far as like, I had to change a lot of stuff, live within my means and stuff like that. So like, I had to decrease from a lot of stuff that I was able to afford when I was working at this job to now I have to, whatever.
Yeah, dude, I immediately, like, when I got home after that, I immediately canceled some subscriptions I had. I canceled like HBO Max and a few of them. I was like, because I mean, I had money and could probably pay for them for a couple of more months, but I was like, I don't currently have a job, so I'm going to eliminate as many bills as I can until I gain that job back.
No, for sure.
Know? So that's, you have to, because it was the first time I've ever been laid off before too.
Come on,
first
man!
time
I've
ever been fired. I was like, I can't. That's why I was like, I can't believe I'm being laid. I was like, I just can't.
And then they want to use that sweet word furlough.
Furlough, man.
Come on. And I just looked that word up. Like, I wasn't too big on the word or didn't really know what it means.
Yeah.
So I go to Google sometimes to look at words and stuff like that. I know a lot of you guys do it.
You have to.
Like, but I found the definition in 2 words that was in that definition of furlough. Like he was saying earlier, like they try to sweeten the word or try to make stuff look sweet, even though, like he said, he was trying to get to the point. Like, man, just tell us what it is instead of trying to sugarcoat it. I looked at the word, and the 2 words that stuck out to me inside of the definition of furlough was laid off or fired.
Yeah.
But they want to make it a sweet version. But it's cool though. Like I said,
well, they
it's
do
cool.
They do it with a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
They do it with a lot of things. Have you? I'm gonna go on a little side tangent here. Actually, I talked about it a little bit in one of my podcasts earlier. It's MAPS is what they're calling it, but it's minor attractive person syndrome. Pedophiles, but they're trying to name it MAPS, minor attractive persons.
Wow.
And you change the word of it and make it okay, but it is they're saying you don't call them pedophiles. That's, you know how everything's so sensitive and everything. They don't want you. Oh, don't call them pedophiles. They're just minor attractive persons.
Yeah, for sure, like, man.
I had a little 5-minute rant about it or whatever that I posted up. I was like, I don't agree with it. I just don't. You change the word of something and make it sound better than what it is. And I'm like, it's still, just because you changed it and it doesn't sound as bad doesn't mean that it is not this.
Right. So like he said it, what I've been saying, but like it's, man, like, I mean, it's the world we live in, man. Sometimes like life do get hard. Sometimes you get to that point where you down at the concrete. You didn't pass the dirt. You didn't dig through the dirt. You down at the concrete. So it's like everybody go through that point, but some people don't. Some people might. Some people probably will never go through it. But But like I said, to follow back off what I was saying was as far as because of the predicament that I'm going through now, due to job and loss of job and stuff, I see it from the other side now, because I've never been on this side. I've always been on the side of always having 2 jobs, always having a lot of income coming in. But now that I don't have that main job coming in, it's like I see the other side.
Yeah, open up your eye a little bit. Like,
so now my mindset is, okay, when I do, or if I do, God forbid, like I hope I do. Hopefully everything goes right tomorrow. But like I said, like hopefully everything go through with this bus job and the money that come in. Cool.
You got that, man.
I'm gonna try to do the best that I can to budget. Back to our conversation that we was talking to when we first got on the podcast. Like, I want to budget, and then I was just talking to, like I said, my dad and a figure in my life. Me and him was just talking yesterday. We was talking about investing in stuff, and I'm not gonna say too much on what I was investing in, but I I do for sure know that I want to invest in something just in case something like this happen. I get let go or something like this, don't have a job. I know that because I invested in something, whether it was this or that.
So how are you investing?
So like I said, like I haven't invested yet because I haven't touched the money yet.
Okay,
But so I'm just speaking
so
in existence.
what plan? I love that, by
Yeah.
the way, the manifestation,
Yeah.
man. Like that shit's badass.
Appreciate
I'm
it.
gonna add to that because
Okay.
I do that. I do it
Yeah.
all the time, man. You're gonna love.
Investing in something that everybody does it need and
So are you doing like stocks?
I
Like,
don't
is
know
that
yet. I
okay?
just all I know
You
in
want
my
to,
mind that I
you're
want to
gonna
invest in
invest.
something, so I
Okay,
know
yeah.
that the money always accumulates,
Okay.
regardless if I'm working or not.
Do
I
you
always see that money.
do you have do you know DeCarlo from Second Shift on Utility Masters, or do you know Key or any of
I
them?
might have to see faces because you know that
Okay.
building was
Well,
big.
I was just asking because I didn't know
Okay.
if you had the number. But DeCarlo, he's the one who kind of like I knew. Well, one of my old supervisors
Okay.
also had gotten me onto it too. But like them two are like the two guys I think of like were like, hey, stocks, you know, talking about stocks and stuff like that. If you do, that is one of my goals is stocks. Like I got this podcast, I have my online store, and then like once my money comes in good enough, I'm investing more money into stocks. I have different apps that I'm gonna invest in that for those reasons, because of like this stuff. Because I'm like I want passive income, so I'm trying to get some form of a passive income to help me reach the rest of these goals.
Right.
So that's one of the ways I'm going to invest for sure. So just to kind of let you, like, if you, I know you got that on your mind, that's something to think about, like for investing is in stocks. And eventually I want to get into real estate for like property rentals and stuff like that. Like
I was told about that and stuff like that, but I would love to do that, but I know, not saying, when I say this, I'm not saying it in a lazy way or anything, but I know that even with investing into real estate, like you still got to do maintenance to the house and stuff. And I know because I'm always busy, I will have to take time on my day to do that. So like
there's a certain point, you'll be super busy at some point until you get past that breaking point of where you're making enough that you don't have to do that much work anymore. That you have a crew or whatever to do it. But you're right there. But it's a breaking point. Eventually, you're gonna make it past it. But for a long time, more than for most people, for a long time, 5-10 years, you're gonna be working, 80-hour weeks and stuff, and so it just that I think that's a part of the grind, that's a part of the hustle. But if you do the things that no one else is willing to do, you'll have the things that no one else has.
Key fact, man. Key fact. So to piggyback off what you saying, I'll tell you one of the things that I did definitely was thinking to invest in, like whether it's 5%, I'll take the bare minimum because I know it's already a lot of people doing this stuff.
Just
like
invest.
So
no matter how much it is.
One of them was my main focus was taking me towards gas stations. Everybody need gas.
Yeah.
So if I can invest in, try to get like 5 or 10%, I know money will come in every day. I feel like Donald Trump or somebody. You feel me?
Hey, like food. Everybody gonna need food. And everybody gonna need vehicles. Food. I do that. The manifestation and stuff, speaking stuff. You have to speak stuff into existence and all that stuff. It was the budgeting and stuff too. But I have a piece of paper that I keep beside my bed, and it is literally my goals.
Okay.
And I read them every night before I go to bed. And I read them, and then I'll sit there and imagine that it's already happened.
Okay.
And then I'll go to sleep, right? And then when I wake up in the morning, I grab that piece of paper and I read it again, and I sit there and I imagine that it's already happened, that I already have what I want on that piece of paper. That's one of the ways that I've been trying to manifest some of my stuff.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
You can't just do that and expect something to happen.
Exactly.
You have to work. You have to do that stuff for sure. So, but it helps keep me goal oriented towards it. So I first thing in the morning I read that. Okay, what am I doing all day? I'm trying to make that money. I'm working towards getting to that final goal.
Yeah. One thing that I always said, I think I think I said it in one of my songs.
Yeah.
Like at the end, after I got done rapping,
What you
I
sing,
was just
man?
like,
And
I
rap?
sing a little bit, I harmonize a little bit, I
Yeah.
rap. Glad that he on the topic. Y'all, you know, I'm shouting myself out. ATG, man. Like it's on YouTube. Capital A dot capital T dot capital G, and the first thing that should pop up when you search in the search bar is Tiziano.
Is that your YouTube
Yeah.
page? Hey, send me that. I'll clip it in here
All
for you,
right,
bro.
all right, I
Yeah,
got you,
for
man.
sure,
I
man.
got you.
I'll tag you when I post the video and stuff in this.
All right,
Yeah, for
appreciate
sure,
it, man.
for sure. Yeah, we'll put that in there. Absolutely,
Appreciate it, man.
yeah.
Appreciate it.
Dude, my cousin Thomas, he does rapping every now and then. It's more his hobby right now. I think I don't know if he's done it in a while, but he likes to writes and stuff all the time. He be rapping. He likes that stuff. Man, have you heard of that Mexican OT? He's been blowing up,
Mexican
man.
OT.
Yeah, that Mexican OT.
Uh-uh.
He's a rapper. Man, he's got bars, bro. He really he's got some good bars. He raps.
I think I might know who you're talking about.
He's been getting bigger. He's been getting a lot bigger here lately. He's from Texas.
Okay.
But man, I like how he can roll. Like, you know how when they roll on their R's when they're speaking Spanish, they roll on their R's a lot and stuff. Well, he rolls on like words. It's like all the he'll say a word that doesn't have R in it and still roll his tongue.
Okay.
It's pretty. It's cool though, dude. Like it sounds good as shit.
Yeah. So even with that, like I said it in one of my songs, like at the beginning, I don't think that particular song that I'm talking about I posted. It's just something that, you know, like, because music sometimes a lot of people don't know, a lot of people do know, a lot of people don't know, but it helps with what's the word I'm looking? Yeah, therapy. Exactly what it is. Even with the Uber stuff for me, like I go to this therapy, like driving on the road, even though like I got somebody in the car, nobody knows what's in my head because I'm not saying it out loud.
Yeah, dude,
but
driving, you focus
exactly, and that helps out a lot, man.
It can clear the mind. Music, you're absolutely right, dude. Well, you see, I got a guitar. I used to play music all the time, man. It was therapy for me, and now the gym is actually a little bit of therapy for me.
Yeah.
So I like that you said that. It is a therapy.
Man, and a lot of people don't understand that. Like a lot of people do say, like, you know, just get in your car and drive, but I'm multitasking. If you know where I'm coming from, like I do it, I
you're
drive.
doing something that you love,
exactly,
and you're making money
with it while I'm still in therapy.
Yeah.
So that's like 3
a
in
lot
1.
of people do that stuff.
I just started going to it for that because like I know that it's something I love. I meet different people, Jamaicans, Africans, Mexicans, any type of race. Yes. Everybody get it in and out of my car. So I'm talking to people, man, for real.
I think
to everybody.
You can learn something from every person, everything, and you know what? We all are different, and that's what makes us. That's what makes other people so interesting because they're gonna have a different experience. For sure. I'm a little jelly of you on that job, man, because like with me doing this podcast and stuff, like I'm trying to meet people all the time, and like you're just over here like not even trying, like just meeting all kind of people. That's crazy. Yeah, man. That's awesome though, bro. You know what you should do though? You should start you a little like a do videos in your Ubers.
That's the thing. Okay, even if I do that,
you should probably still get you a dash cam anyway, just for
safety reasons. You're right.
Real.
So I'm glad that you said that.
Hey, look, so that you're making money off that right there. So you're doing it for safety, but then you got these good videos where you can like post or whatever for yourself. Start telling people jokes or something.
Yeah, for real.
You know, come up with something for them.
Cause like
making money again.
That's a good thing to say. Cause like now that we're doing this podcast, man, like for real, like little do you know, like bro, I kind of like this. Like this is my first podcast that I ever been on. Like and but like
well, you're my third guest.
Okay,
you're well fourth technically. I had 2 yesterday. But that was one video, so I'm going to say third guest. Yeah, absolutely. I love having you on here, man.
Yeah, I would not mind coming out here, man. Like I said, the only thing I'll be doing is the Boys and Girls Club. But that's Monday through Friday, so I'm gonna let you know that.
We'll work it out, and when I tell you what, I'll have you on again, and I'll try to get Scott.
Okay.
I'll make sure I can get Scott with us.
That's gonna be a good one, y'all. That's gonna be a good one.
We'll watch that one for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll do it again for sure, dude. Because this has been. I love it, dude. man, I was so scared, like doing the podcast, just because like it took me a while to actually start making these videos and stuff. Just
How long
because
you been doing it for?
not long, not
Okay.
long. I have 7 videos up on my my YouTube channel, and this is like my third legit podcast with other people. The other 4 videos are like a couple of them are me like showing my a pair of socks that I got from my store and stuff, and some of the product, and a couple other ones are just me saying some blunt thoughts and stuff, just some random stuff. So,
Okay.
but this is like my third technical real episode in my eyes, and stuff. So not very long, but it took me. I think my oldest video is like a little over a month or so. So like over a month ago. So it was like when I finally had the courage to post something. But I've been working on getting to this point for. Basically since a couple of weeks after we got laid off.
So it definitely takes some time to you say?
It didn't necessarily take me time to have everything to make it. It just took me that much time. I would say
to have the courage,
to build to get to feel comfortable enough to do it.
Right.
To mess with the equipment, to mess with some videos, to edit some videos down, figure out how everything kind of was going to work and how I could make a final product. You know, that's why I said I did shorter videos and stuff, because I was like, oh, how's all this going to work? And
while we talking about this, if you don't mind, and no offense to my homie, but he know who I'm talking about, the one that I'm supposed to be doing the podcast with too. Since you already got yours up and running, if you don't mind, my homie, you know, when I was at Utility Master that came in, I don't know as far as how long. Yep.
Okay.
I don't know how far along he is and what he got, but I know you would be useful to him because I know I'd be on both of y'all podcasts. You know, I don't mind.
Yeah, dude. I am all of that's honestly one of my so I don't think that you can receive anything without giving something.
Exactly.
And that is, I would love to have him on and help him do good on his podcast as well. If I have any kind of knowledge or advice that I can give him, I'll probably learn something from him, you know? So, so vice versa, you know, like either or. I love that. I help. I want to bring a community up with me. I don't want to just do it by myself.
That, man, for real, man.
I don't want to.
There's not a lot of people that, you know, start something and want to pass it on to the next person because they want it all for themselves.
I do. I do. I want to bring up with me. I'm not trying to, you know, I don't want to. No, I want you up with me. I want them up with me. Like, that'd be awesome. That's a good community. I want to bring it. I want to make a community. You know.
For sure.
I love people, man. I'm not trying to get mine on anybody else or anything like that. Seriously, like my goal with all this stuff is to build a community and bring people up with me. That's literally one of my biggest goals.
Yeah, man, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Shout out Hunt, man, for real.
Yeah,
and
appreciate that.
And cuz you already know. As soon as I say that name, you already know who I'm talking about. So he already know who I'm talking about. I ain't gonna say too many names, but like I said, like definitely shout out you, man. You just heard what Hunt said. He don't mind helping you. So like I said, I don't know how far along or if you know what equipment you need and stuff like that, but he already got it rolling. He can put you on game, and I could be on both of y'all podcasts. You know?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So I don't got no problem with that.
I'd love having him on and be able to shout out his podcast, you know, and then I'd like to go on his podcast.
Yeah, we all gonna be shouting out each other for real.
Oh,
man.
Absolutely.
That's what it takes. Y'all don't understand that. Like a lot of people be trying to, you know, be the big person, the big boss, but sometimes it takes, like he said, like we said, it's all about who you know. So if you think that you gonna go even faster by doing it by yourself without knowing somebody that's already in the spot like I just did.
Yeah.
Like I know my homie been wanting to do the podcast thing. Like I know he been having life going on and stuff like that. So like, but now that I'm here with him, I know he got all the equipment and stuff for that. So like, and we all know each other. We all cool and friends. So it just take who you know. He already know. My homie been trying to do it. I can just get him up on game and let him know, like, you know, this what you need.
Yeah.
This equipment, microphone, stuff like that. Knowing what you're doing on here, and then boom, I'll be on 2 podcasts.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It makes a difference. And honestly, like, it's if somebody knows something that you don't know, why wouldn't
it's always good to ask, man.
Why wouldn't you want them around to get that knowledge?
Exactly.
And honestly, like, I'm not gonna, if I know something and I know that it's gonna help somebody else out, I'm gonna tell them.
Yeah,
I want them to do good too, you know. Why keep that to myself?
Yeah, man.
You know? life's shitty as it is, you know.
Yeah, for
Life's
sure.
hard. It's tough for everybody, you know,
Mhm.
and that's something I think that a lot of people forget is that everybody, no matter whether you were born rich,
Mhm.
you were born poor,
Mhm.
middle class,
Yep.
whatever your
Yep.
situation is, I guarantee you every person that are in either whatever category there is has their own personal problems and
Say that.
issues. You know, nobody's perfect. Everybody's going to have some kind of trauma from
Yeah.
their childhood
Mhm.
or whatever. Whether you're rich and your parents neglected you, or you're poor and you didn't hardly get to eat,
Yeah.
or you got beat, or whatever. You know,
For
everybody
sure.
has their own trauma, and
For
that's what
sure.
people forget a lot of the times. We don't look at each other from that point of view. We're self-centered so much that we just look at ourselves. Well, I had all this stuff. Nobody's had it bad as me. Man, there's people out there that's probably had it worse than you, and there's people out there that's probably had it better than you. Yeah,
For
but
real,
everybody
man.
has had
Come
their
on.
own issue.
Come on.
So I'm not gonna. I everybody. I love everybody. Everybody's different. You know, you've had struggles that I have no clue about. I have struggles that you have no idea about.
For sure.
And that doesn't make us any different, you know.
Yeah.
That brings us closer. We all have struggles, so why would you want to spread more hate into the world when you can spread more love and bring people up, you know?
Mhm. No,
So
for sure,
that's
man. For sure.
yeah.
You ain't saying nothing that I disagree with.
Sorry, for some reason I feel like I needed to preach. I guess
Nah,
it must be
man.
because I'm a minister.
Man, say that though, for real. But yeah, man. But like I said, man, like I'm actually glad that I took the time to come out here, man. Like,
Yeah, I
you
am
know,
too, man.
it's not a lot of people that take that initiative. Like I said, I'm a
Yeah.
man of my word. So
Yeah.
if
And
we've been talking about this
I,
for a minute,
I
so
appreciate that, man.
no, for sure, man.
I do.
So like, I definitely I wouldn't mind doing this again. This actually I get a relief from this.
Yeah,
you feel me?
yeah.
So like,
Well, I honestly, like, I was worried. I was hoping that, like, when you got here and stuff, that you'd be comfortable and stuff.
yeah,
I was
man,
kind of worried
come
about
on.
the dogs, but they're not too bad. I just, more than anything, I just wanted you to be comfortable.
Come
you
on,
know?
man. Good.
Yeah,
I got my best friend with me.
Yeah, mine's over there somewhere.
But yeah, man. But for sure, man, this was definitely. I do this again and again and again, man. I don't. Man, it's good.
Yeah, man.
It's like something, another therapy thing for me. You feel me?
Dude. Well, honestly, like, we're guys, bro, and we know, like, ultimately, why wouldn't we want to just come chill, hang out, and just, you know, be guys, talk, shoot the shit, you know, talk some shit, whatever, talk about some stuff, you know, and yeah, we're gonna do this shit again for sure, man. We'll do it
I'll be
again.
looking forward to it. I guarantee you, I mean, for real. Like I don't be doing nothing if I'm not working. Then I'm still working. You feel me? But like he said, he just hit me up, and I made the effort to come out here.
Yeah.
And you know, even now, like I'm glad for him hitting me up, because if he would have never hit me up, I'd still probably be out there just Ubering. You feel me? But because he hit me up and I made the time to come out here, no matter how long the drive was, it was something that I would love to do, and he already doing. You feel me?
Yeah.
And
Absolutely,
but
and
I'm glad for you
I'm more
having
than
me,
happy
man.
to have more people around, man. For
sure.
This is
We
this
could
is
definitely
what
have it.
this is the reason why I'm making this, so I can have people around,
Yeah.
so I can, you know, help people. It's what I want to do, you know.
Come on, man.
Absolutely.
And you already got it in your bag, man.
Yeah,
just gotta,
absolutely, man.
I've been told a lot too. Like maybe you hit me up and me coming through. This is what I need to be doing. Like we need to express to the world what's going on.
Yeah.
I know it's other people out there already doing it, but they doing it for the category that they're talking about.
Oh yeah,
the next person doing it for the category. There's different categories for
so
you. Come
crazy,
on, man. So
it's
like,
so crazy. Well, I feel like this way you kind of get like the regular Joes, I guess, they're just down to earth. You know, the people that are really having to or going through this stuff, you know, that are struggling or whatever, you know, that have issues and that are trying to get better. That's like with me and Scott and stuff, like we have our own issues and stuff and everything else, but like ultimately, as we said, like we're like all we're really trying to do is just make each other better and figure it out to bring each other up. Like we don't want to be broke all the time.
No, for
you
real,
know,
man.
we want to figure out how to make more money and everything else and do better.
And even when you start making more money, like I said, that'll just piggyback off of if you don't ever want to be broke, invest in something so that money always coming. No matter what happened in your situation, you know what you invest in always be coming through.
It'll always be coming through. Have that safety net. That was my biggest thing is having creating a passive income is like the ultimate like thing for me that way, because I don't want to be in the system, you know. I don't want to be in the matrix. I don't want to have to slave, because it's a slave. You're a slave in my eyes if you're working, if you have to work. It's a crude way of saying it maybe, but time for money. And I feel like a slave because when I go in, I clock in, and there's all them rules and everything else, and you're there, and you can't. And honestly, how can you live without a job?
Exactly.
So
they know they automatically a job, wherever the job you go to. I don't care if it's the lowest paying dollar or the highest paying dollar.
Yeah.
They already know they got advantage of the people that's coming in because they know, oh, you need work to survive. So
yes.
we already got control of you before you even push that button to clock in, or however you clock in with a badge or finger, whatever.
Yep.
They already know they got control of you. So it's like they can talk whatever they want to talk to, but they know you got to have a good mindset on how you respond to it because you need the job at the end of the day to live.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Well,
but like I said, man,
when you go in there, it's not about you and your feelings or anything. If you go in there with the right, go in a certain mindset, you're going in there and you're working. It's what I always do when I go there. I'm like, I literally look at it like I'm like I'm not me. I have to be here and do this work. This is what I'm doing, and I zone out and I just do that work. And then when I'm done, I'm free again. I know every working person looks at it like that when they get out. Like I'm free, and I can go be myself now.
For sure.
So yeah, I'm all about helping as many people as I can get the fuck out of that shit.
Said that.
For real.
Like I said, man, for sure, man. Like, I definitely would like to do this again. Hopefully, if you okay with it, then
bro, for
you
sure.
get Scott out and get Malik to come.
Bro, I've already. Yeah,
even if I gotta drive him out here, because I know, like,
Hey, that's good. Yeah, absolutely.
So,
hey, we'll all have to get lunch and stuff too.
That's
We'll
cool too.
get
You
lunch.
got my number, man.
Yeah,
you already know.
We'll all go out and get lunch or something, and then come do a podcast or whatever. Yeah, I would enjoy that, man. I'll enjoy that.
That's definitely fine with me.
All right, man. I enjoyed having you on here, bro. It's been lovely, man.
Yeah, man,
I'm definitely gonna have you back on here, bro. For real.
Please do, man. Please do, because I'll be needing to keep myself busy.
Yeah.
I'll be in my head a lot, so and it's good when I'm focused on something else and not thinking about what I've been thinking about. I'll be cool, man. So, for real.
Oh yeah. We're gonna have a lot more good conversations and stuff, man.
And like you said too, I'm gonna do one more shout out. Like I said, my name is ATG on YouTube. I got a couple of songs out. Hopefully y'all mess with them. If y'all don't, I take all criticism. So like that helps out. Because if you're not talking the truth, whether the songs are good or bad, I don't know if I'm doing good or bad, and I just keep posting stuff that may be bad because y'all telling me that it's good. You feel me? So I take all criticism. So like I said, shout out to my boy Hunt. Shout out to my boy Mike, Malik. You already know. And everybody else. Even if I didn't name you, don't feel no type of way. But right now my head is everywhere. But
we'll get you next time.
We'll definitely get you next time. But like I said, thank you, Mike, for having me on here, man.
Absolutely, bro. Anytime.
It's been a pleasure, and I'm definitely looking forward to the next time. And hopefully we can get your buddy in here.
Yeah.
A good friend of mine, my cousin, brother / everything. In here, Malik.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a good time,
buddy
man.
in here too.
We'll have you back on here for sure.
Thank you, man, for sure. I needed this, man, for real.
I'm glad. I appreciate you coming out, bro. It was good, man.